My brothers and sisters, welcome to talk number 65 out of 117 scriptures in the Old Testament that every person should know. I want to go with you to Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. You probably have heard the scripture many times, but I want to explain to you a little bit about the background of this scripture. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. First, I'm going to read the scripture to you. It says, "Behold, a young woman or a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Immanuel." And the name Immanuel means God is with us. Now, let me explain the situation. What was going on during this time is that there was a lot of political uncertainty during this time period. And in the north of Judah, in the kingdom of Israel, and in another neighboring kingdom, they wanted to go down to Judah and get rid of the Davidic king and form something of like an alliance between three kingdoms, so that they could fight the Assyrians, who are a much more powerful kingdom. Rather than trusting in God, they were trying to build their own political alliance. Sounds familiar? And so Isaiah basically says, look, they're not going to replace the king. We're not going to form an alliance. God is going to protect you. And so he gives the king of Judah, who's not a good king at the time, a promise. And he says, this promise is going to be deeper than Sheol and higher than the heavens. It's going to be that great. The Alma, which means young woman or virgin, it's a maritable woman, who, which would have been a virgin for them, is going to bear a son. And you're going to call him Immanuel, which means God is with us. When you go to the New Testament, when you go to Matthew's Gospel, chapter 1, Matthew tells us that this particular scripture, that the virgin would give birth and bear a son, and he would be called Immanuel, which means God is with us, is fulfilled in Jesus. Now, if you read the New Testament, not many people were calling Jesus Manny. Hey, Manny, what's up? So Immanuel is something of a title. It tells us a characteristic about this new king. God is with us. Well, how is it fulfilled in Jesus? It's fulfilled in Jesus very simply because he is God with us. And so, my brothers and sisters, this scripture from Isaiah, if you look at it and you look at the context, they wanted to get rid of the Davidic king. They wanted to form a new alliance. And God said, that's not going to happen. A virgin's going to bear a son. The promise was fulfilled over 700 years later. They had to wait 700 years. And God finally fulfilled this promise when Christ was born, who is both man and God. He is Immanuel in that sense. Truly, he is God with us. What's the greatest assurance that could be given to another person? God is with you.